Hey everyone, this is Marcy with Creators Call, and today I'm going to be sharing another thrift haul with you. Now I feel like it's been a while since I've actually done one of these, but I got onto my channel and it's only been a couple of months. But this year I have really tried to scale back on how many times I go out and things, and just really trying to be using what I have more. And so I've been holding back. I haven't gone for a long time. I know the last one I did, I showed you some stuff I bought in July, but I really think July might have been the last time that I was in a thrift store. And prior to that, I think it was February. So y'all can pat me on the back for being good. Anyway, it was time to go out. I went out with my daughter. It was Saturday after Thanksgiving. So it's kind of like her last free day before she has to go back to work this week. And we just wanted to go out and see what we could find. I always enjoy going when it's around Christmas time because I feel like you find better stuff. That's probably not true, but that's kind of what seems to be my experience. I'm going to hit the highlights here with you today. So go ahead and get yourselves comfy, get yourselves ready to craft along while you listen, and then I will show you all these fun things I found. That sounded daunting, didn't it? All of these fun things I found. Well, what we did, since it was Saturday, Camille had a paper that she needed to write. And I went to a couple places on my own, and then we met up and went to a couple more. So I hit 2 different Idaho Youth Ranch locations, and I actually went to Walmart, and I'll show you that first because I've been wanting some guest checks. I have some that are pink, but I don't have any that are green, and I heard that you could buy these at Walmart. So this is a 5-pack, and you know, by the time I make some stuff and split some stuff up and do different things, I think this will be plenty. So I'm excited to craft with these. These are a little bit thicker too. So the ones I have are kind of a paperweight, you know, they're thin. So I wanted these because they have a little more durability to them, and they're more of a very light cardstock heavy paperweight. I think that'll be better. And then when I was over in the Christmas section, I found these cute tags that I think would be fun to use in journals, either as just journaling tags or as a decoration. And then I found these cute little gift tags. And I like tucking these into the small pockets. So any of these that I don't use in journals or whatever, I will use in Christmas wrapping. So it's kind of a win-win. So that was my first place I went. And then, like I said, I hit up 2 different youth ranch locations, and you know what, I found some really interesting stuff, some things I honestly didn't expect to find, and I waited to open a couple of these things on camera with you because it was just such a wonderful thing. So I found this pretty applique, which I hardly ever use appliques. I've been saving them up to use, but I need to get them out and actually use them because I just think they always add something pretty to a journal cover. And so this is going to go in my stash. I found some here, and then I found some at another location, and I'll show you those when we get to that spot. And then I found these cute little Mary Englebright Christmas notepads. Aren't those cute? And then again at another location, I found some stuff that coordinates with these, which was a weird and random coincidence. So I bought this because, not necessarily because of the notepad, or you know, this little mini notepad, although that's useful too, but I bought it because of this part of the notepad. And I'm still, you know, a year ago I said I was going to get back to working on scrapbooks, and I had given myself a 2-year deadline, and I've come to this part of the year and I haven't touched them. But this is in keeping with the style of the stuff that I have from when I'm documenting my children's school age years. So I bought that to actually go in scrapbooking. Found this pretty notepad that's Thomas Kincaid, and it has Bible verse on it. Brand new. Isn't that awesome? Couple of patterns. I picked it up anyway, even though they wrote on the front, just because the overall aesthetic is really sweet, and I just love how the girls look. I actually gave a couple of my vintage patterns to Camille because she said she wanted to learn how to sew, and we picked out some that would fit her, and then she's not sewn, and I want my patterns back. In the meantime, I found these 2, and I thought they were sweet. I had a whole pack of these and I've used them up now, but I find them very useful to tuck into journals, either fold them in half or to just add as extra pages in a binder style journal. So I was happy to find that again. Pretty little holiday invitations. I like the more traditional look of those, and they look like they're pretty old. They don't have a copyright or a date for printing, but they are a Hallmark. This one I debated, but it was only 99 cents. So what I want to know, I have a feeling these are white on the back. I really wish that when these were all printed, they would have printed them on like an off-white or something, because I feel like that's better for your journals. You know, then you have that color on both sides of the page, but hey, I'll take them like this. Part of why I debated was because when I put them in the journal, I'm gonna have to put them in sideways, so the birds will either be that way along the top or this way along the bottom, and I'll fold the page in half. So it will go like this, but I could also use them in collage as well if I want. But I like the speckled pattern on the paper here, and it's just really pretty. These will go in all kinds of things. So I found that, and as I suspected, they are white on the back. Bummer. That's okay. It's okay. It's what I expected. Then I found these little adhesive labels, and you know that I like to use address labels quite often as just labels in journals, and there's such a selection here. I figured the ones I like I can use in journals, and the ones that are remaining I'll just print them up and put them on Christmas cards or whatever. This book I found, it's a little beat up right here, but that's not a problem. We know how to work around that. But it's got the 3 stories, The Nutcracker, 12 Days of Christmas, and The Night Before Christmas, and the pictures in it, just so pretty. So here's the Nutcracker, you know, and of course they're by 3 different artists, so the illustrations are different from story to story. I just thought those would be really pretty to add into Christmas journals. I have so many ideas for Christmas journals, it's crazy. Okay, let's get out of the Nutcracker, and now we're into, which one is this? Hold on, looks like the artistry changed. Yeah, we're still in the Nutcracker. This is a really interesting picture there. Let me get to the next one. The 12 Days of Christmas. Also, they have these pages here. Isn't that pretty? So it's just a nice decorative color. Got the 12 Days of Christmas here. I assumed there were 3 different artists. No, yeah, 2. Christian Birmingham and Don Daly. So there's definitely one that looks distinctively different from the others. But I was just thumbing through it in the store just to see what it looked like, and I thought this one was really sweet. I like the big print. Like this by itself could be its own story in a journal because of the way they did the words and the illustrations. But just really, really pretty. And I do have plans. I mean, I have a couple of different 12 Days of Christmas and a couple of different The Night Before Christmas journals that I want to make. Just sitting out in the garage waiting to be turned into something wonderful. I just thought this was the sweetest book. And then of course the cover could be turned into a general Christmas type journal. So I love that. I found this group of stamps. I don't think that one goes with it. And I'm fairly sure I might already have that one or one very similar. These are from Stampin' Up, and it was called Twal Blossoms. Can you see that? Right there. And I don't see what year. I guess it'll tell me right here. Usually it'll tell you. It looks like they cut that part off of the sticker, but look at those beautiful flowers. So I just think those would be really pretty stamped in a sepia or a black. This one I couldn't see, but it's just the individual flower. And then it looks like they just put this one in there. I must have gotten this at a stamp store. Anita's. Anyway, so they just stuck that one in there, it looks like, whoever owned this. So I'll take this out and probably put it with my sentiment stamps. And then when I have other random stamps that kind of tie in, I put them in here. So I guess I'm just swapping out their random stamp for my random stamps. Isn't that beautiful? I was really surprised. It was $4.99. Youth Ranch. I do find good things at that one, but sometimes the prices are not worth it. I found these really pretty cards, and what I liked about them is that I can take off the back, but I think they'll make really pretty tuck spots, and it looks like you could already tuck something down inside, and they're dimensional. Aren't those pretty? They kind of match those other ones, similar in style to the one that I put on my Christmas idea book. So I might have to put another one of those in there, but these are so pretty, and it looks like most of the box is there. So that was exciting. Got some Christmas napkins. That's good for decoupage, but also for, we like to do kind of more of a buffet style on Christmas and have, when people come over, they can just eat what they want, kind of like an open house format, and eat what you want and have a buffet. Although I have Spode Christmas dishes that I adore that I like to use for Christmas buffet, but those napkins will be cute to go with it. I only have two cloth Christmas napkins because I usually like to buy the pretty ones. Now, what I liked about these is that I am always looking for little tiny flowers to accent things with. And these have a lovely variety of colors, and then you can add stickles to them and make them all pretty and glittery. So I liked the variety of colors in here. There's an entire bottle, really cool. And these look like they came from Prima. So that was a nice find. And this was actually a fairly decent price for them. I don't think it's a decent price for other places, but it was a decent price for this place. This I found, and the reason I purchased it is not because I want a pop-out map of Cape Cod, but look at this. Look at how this does. So my thought was, when I do my Recreating Ephemera series, which I am going to be doing probably up to the first of the year, I think that'll be a good time to start it. I thought it would be really interesting to try and recreate this. Now it's going to give my brain a little bit of a brain squeeze because we have to figure out how to fold these papers. So I will have to figure that out before I show you. But the way that it folds in and then these pop out, I just thought that would be so cool to learn how to make and put in a journal. And this is only 99 cents, so it was worth the try. Now this one I purchased, it's all different kinds of wrapping paper, but what caught my eye were these little girls. And I can't remember, I have a book with her poetry in it, and I can't remember who the artist is. But I do know that, I like the book, and so I was wondering, since I know that's old, I was wondering what else I might find in here. But this is Christmas themed. Aren't these pretty? Is that Joan Walsh England, or is this the other lady? You know who I mean. I'll just probably check the book and pop it on the screen. I used one of these images in, I think, one of the gardening journals. But anyway, I thought it was worth taking the risk just for this because it was only $1.99, and I would pay way more than that to buy this off of eBay or Etsy. So that right there, it was worth it. But I wanted to see what else was in here. This one's really pretty, isn't it? And you know, I can always just use some of them if I don't want to use them for crafting. I could definitely use them for just wrapping. Look at this one, has all kinds of animals. It's like the world in animals. It looks like they didn't even use this one. I wonder if some of these were in packs, like fundraising. Oh, look at this one, has to do with the Olympics. Huh, clever. Here's happy birthday. That's always useful. I was looking for happy birthday gift wrap for my husband because we just had his birthday on Sunday, and I needed to wrap his presents. I didn't have anything with masculine gift wrap, and there was like nothing. Granted, I only went to one place to look, but it was in the card section at Albertsons, and you would have thought we have this big fancy one called Albertsons Marketplace, and it's like when you walk in, all these sections of the store and displays, and it's like walking onto a cruise ship is how I feel like it, where it has all the different areas that you can go to with a different emphasis. Anyway, but they didn't have any masculine wrapping paper. So that was a bummer. So I found something that would do, but I'm gonna have to look over the course of this next year, because everything was either cutesy pie or wedding, one little baby one, and not much else. Like, guys, there were a few happy birthday ones, but they were very juvenile looking, and I was like, other people get presents too. Anyway, but if I had some that would even just had a fall theme, you know, that would do. Isn't this cute? That one's really cute with the little moose and the trees. That'd be fun. Oh, of course we have USA themed Christmas trees. Why? We don't know. What does that have to do with the Olympics for Christmas? Okay. All right, whatever. That's not gonna get used. Maybe we'll decoupage over it or something. These are kind of cute. Most of these are not my style, but some of these are. This one's pretty. Look at that. This would be cool. I have some butterfly themed scrapbook paper. Oh, a bag. Oh, that's cool. That'll work for Christmas. Another bag that I'll probably never use. Ooh, a hammer one. Ooh. I have a handyman journal at some point I'm gonna make, so this would be great for that. Look at that. Okay. And then this one has polar bears and penguins. Not my cup of tea, but it's okay. And I like this. This would be, I think those were meant to coordinate, but this could be a nice all-purpose one too. Oh, wonderful. So, I mean, I found a few I would definitely use. So I'm gonna put them together and set the rest aside because, let's see, happy birthday will just go in with the, oh, I can see why they did this though. Look at that. I would just put happy birthday in with my regular gift wrap. So who knows what everyone's presents will get wrapped in this year. One thing in particular that I was excited to find was this punch. Now, yeah, it's a Martha Stewart, which in and of itself is pretty exciting to find at the thrift store. But Pam had just demoed this exact punch in one of her videos last week. And I said to myself, because normally this probably wouldn't have caught my eye. I probably would have been like, oh, it's Martha Stewart, cute, but I don't know. Well, she demoed this just last week, and I said, if I ever see one like that when I'm out in the wild, I'll buy it. And not only did I see it, but it was only $1.39, you guys. I knew it was meant to be. So I went ahead and picked it up. I don't know why I feel inclined to peel this off right now, but I do. I want to try it out on a scrap, because it not only punches the button shape, but it kind of like embosses a little border around it. It's super cute. And I have all my Christmas scraps sitting over here, so let me grab one. I'm going to use like the blue part here. Now there's no little thingamabobbies that pop out, right? Okay, so gonna do it upside down so I can see what I'm doing. Make sure I've got it where I want it, and hopefully it works. Wouldn't that be sad if it didn't work? Oh, it did. Oh, it just slides out the middle instead of punching out the bottom. And obviously I did that upside down, because I think the embossed side is supposed to be up. Okay, well now I have a white embossed button. So that's weird. Okay, one more time. Let's try this again. There, that made the right noise. There we go. Look, it embosses this little border around it. Isn't that the cutest? Now I have a white button and a seafoam button. That's pretty. Anyway, that was what kind of sold me on it, was the fact that it looked finished. It wasn't just like a flat button shape. So I was super excited to find this. And then I went to the other one, the other youth ranch, and I found a whole bag of punches. Now, I kind of looked it over and I was like, I don't know. I wasn't sure, but I do have an oval, but it's, I think, scalloped. It's not this size. And I don't have a square punch, which I know would be very handy if I had one. I have one that's a scallop square. And then I almost put it back, but I thought, these are Stampin' Up! Punches. What are you doing? So I went ahead and bought it, and also it was actually really decent price. So considering I was getting Stampin' Up! Punches for $7.29, which is again less than they would be if I bought them on eBay. So this one is an oval. I don't know what size, but I can layer it with my other ovals, and I can layer this with my scallop square. So this is a 1 3/8 inch. So that could go on a 1 1/2 inch square. Oh, a little heart. Huh. And then it has this deco corner, which I actually have one that does similar. But this is bigger. Okay. All right. That's cute. There's that. And then my oval. I always use my punches upside down so I can see what I'm doing. Here we go. And then a square just looks like a square. So that was cool. And then it had this edge, which is ocean water. And I don't really, let's see, what do I have over here I could punch, maybe. I have some paper. Let's try it on this. So I don't know that I would actually ever use water, but you know, I don't know. It's a nice edge punch. Oh, I went too far. That's the trick with edge punches. You have to get them lined up in the right spot. Did I get it? Nope. Okay, so you can't move over too far. That'll be fun trying to figure out how to line that up. Oh, okay, yeah, I'm gonna have to play with where the placement is on that. But that's kind of cool. Anyway, I didn't have one of these before, so. But I thought for $7, truthfully, I can't buy these used even on eBay for $7 for one, let alone for two or more. So yeah, really made out with the punches. Okay, so I'm gonna clear this away, and then I'm gonna come back with what I found at Goodwill. This is Goodwill, and all I found were these 4 stamp sets, but the reason I purchased them is, first of all, these are sentiments. Let's see if we can turn this. This was also, when they have the colored rubber, that means they were special edition. And so these were ones that you would have had to host a party or buy during celebration or whatever. Now this one I purchased because of all the frames. And as you know, I've been recently buying frame kind of stamps, and I've seen these as other things with other things. And then it has the tiny little sentiments in there. There's a Merry Christmas, which I could stick in with a Christmas. Celebrate just for you. And I liked this one, many thanks. But I liked these 3 shapes. So those are gonna go in with my frame stamps. I picked this one because, I don't know if you can see it right here, but there's a speckle stamp. They're all texture background stamps. So not only was there this one that was so cool with the speckles, but there's also this one with big splatters. Isn't that cool? So these are 1997. I think I remember seeing this set back in the catalog in the day. And then this one just has the circles, little tiny circles. And then this one, the polka dots are in a grid. But I would definitely be using these 2 for texture background stamps, like that one that's in my toadstool stamp set. So that's why I picked it up, $2.99. And then I saw this. And I was kind of looking over it. What I picked it up for was the box, truthfully. But then I was looking at what was actually in the box. And it was apparently some kind of a set, but the punch is missing. And these are tickets, different kinds of tickets. And I thought, well, again, there's a frame. I could stamp them onto tickets, or I could, you know, just stamp them and cut them out. I have a ticket punch, or you can just use like a round hole punch, you know, a regular one, and make your corners line up. So I could make my own tickets. I wish I knew what punch this was. I'll keep my eyes out. I did look around, but I didn't see it. But if you guys know what punch goes with this set, apparently it was I think it was just a special set, and I'm trying to, I guess it was a Stampin' Up set. Anyway, and then it has these 3 stamping colors with it. I haven't tested them yet, obviously, to see how juicy they are. I actually had this pad. I think mine is dried out. And I had a mustard color as well, so if they work, that'd be great. Anyway, so I picked that up partly to make cute little ticket shapes and because of the frames, and then also mostly because of this container, because it's always useful to have containers that hold things. So at this point I met up with my daughter and we met over at the St. Vincent de Paul thrift store, and didn't find a lot of stuff in there, but she found a Christmas tree. They were looking for a Christmas tree for their home, and she found a nice looking one for $47, so there you go. These are little photo bookmarks, and they match the Hey Ho the Holly Isn't Christmas Jolly. These actually match that little notepad. Isn't that funny? So I picked those up. Picked up this because of all the colored paper clips, which I'm getting low on, and these look like they're better quality than the ones from the Dollar Tree. Also because of all these fun little binder clips, which you can never have too many. I don't know what I don't really need the tacks, so I'll have to store them somewhere else. I got some dessert plates to go with my dessert napkins. Found this cute little tin. I was actually looking for a small tin, to store all these little paper bits in. Remember I talked to you at one point about how I like to save the ones that look like they could be transparent tape. So they're sitting in that jar, but I thought a little tin would be nice. Anyway, I saw this, 75 cents, and it does look like Mary Engelbreit, but it doesn't say that, and it could be Jan Brett, or it could be an imitator. I don't know, but it was from Tam in 1995. I thought that was a really cute tin. And then also we found this one, and I think they charged me like a whole $1.50 for this one. 75 cents they said is their lowest price, but I loved the raised texture on it, so it's going to be for storage here in my craft room, not really for Christmas decor, although I have a Christmas decor, a few Christmas tins. Then the last thing I found was this, and I want to know what it actually looks like. You know, it would have been super helpful is if all those wallpaper companies had just put a little image of what this looks like on the front, so you didn't have to break into the border. But I mean, I realized that they had wallpaper books, and you would have just then ordered it from out of there, knowing what you were getting, but that is not the case now. Okay, so I could tell it looked like something cute. Oh, look at that, you guys. Look at that. Oh, that is adorable. Oh, that is sweet. I love it. Love it. Probably put some in every journal I make from here on in. What's left? Savers. So I spent quite a bit, more than I was anticipating, and I really still don't know how I did it. But anyway, I'm just going to go through here very quickly. So I found this super cool, it does work. I plugged it in when I got home, nightlight, and it's so cute and Christmassy. So this will go in my Christmas decor. It's a little loose. It looks like it needs to kind of tighten up here. Oh, okay, there's a couple screws there. I can just tighten it up. But anyway, it does work, and then these kind of float around, but I thought that was so cool. So I just grabbed it. You know how sometimes like you just can't help yourself? Rickrack, all kinds of pretty colors and sizes, so I'm always grabbing the rickrack. This one had fabrics in it that looked like something I would like. Okay, so this is actually the one that caught my eye. It says, some things we bring, and feet, and looks like caroling. So, what does this look like? Is it good tidings we bring? A caroling we go? Let's see. Can you see? There we go. Got it in the shot. Merrily we sing, glad tidings we bring. Oh my gosh, they're so cute. Oh look, and it's just adorable. There's quite a bit of that. Let's see, I don't know who made it. Who made it? See if we can find out. I love using these little color bits on clusters and stuff. Upside down. KP Kids and Company by Carrie Pearson. I was hoping she'd give me a year, but it looks like 90s. I could be wrong, but it kind of looks like that. So anyway, that caught my eye, but then it was in that bundle. And I did think this was a nice neutral that could go with a lot of things. With the green and gold stripe. And then this one sandwiched in between, but this may be the one we love the most. I don't know. Look at this, I could make little fabric covered postcard things. Oh, that's cute. Look at that. I have some paper that kind of has these little antique-y looking postcards. I actually have antique-y postcards I could copy and use. Oh, that's pretty. Oh, wow. Okay, that was worth it. That was worth it. Sometimes Savers is a little bit high. You know, these threads were $5.99, but I've been finding a lot of my good thread and colored thread here over the last few years. And, you know, I just look for the colors I need. So I've got all of these. I really needed another brown. Oh, yay, I got 2 browns. And then I always look for like the neutrals and pink. I think I'm getting low on true pink. But anyway, you know, this green is pretty too. These are always handy to have. So sometimes it just depends on what colors I'm out of. I try to buy the kits or the mixes that match up most what I need. Then I found these 2 appliques. They had some more there that were really big, like for the front of a wedding dress, but I thought these would be really pretty to decorate with. And then found some more stationery, which I can only assume is white on the back side. I don't know, feeling lucky. Shouldn't, but I do. Yep, white. Oh, not quite as pure white, I don't think. Maybe this is an off-white. This looks more like an off-white, but I could be fooling myself. Anyway, this one is also very versatile for folding into pages in journals. So I think that'll be cool. And then found this. These are, you know, quite spendy. What are they, like $7 or $6 when you go to the store to buy them? And I like the design of the plastic. So I got there and there was no price on it. I got up to the counter, so I had to go ask, and I had already checked because I realized there was no price. So I had already checked what everything else was priced at. See, I'm getting smarter. And he comes back, he's like, how about $2.49? And I said, how about $1.99, which is what all the other ones there were priced at. So he goes back to ask. He's like, okay, we'll honor your $1.99 price. I'm like, thank you. I feel so validated. I'm not good at haggling. I don't understand it, but I don't understand how to do it. I'm not very good at all that. So I felt pretty happy that I like haggled and my price was accepted. So I found this little kit of three of the older stationery pads. And these are actually the seal and send letters. And when you open it up, not only does it have this cool acetate layer that can be used later, but it has the page with the stickers for closing. So they're like those mailing postalettes from Current. So it's got, I don't know if you can tell, it's got the score lines here and here, and then you tri-fold it and then just seal it up with one of these pretty gold foil seals. But these are awesome. Now, I may have to stick one of these in my 70s Christmas journal that I just finished, because nothing says 70s like that. Like some golden mums. This one's cute. I flipped through it. There we go. We got some blank pages, and then we have, sorry, I'm probably way out of frame. Cardinal, different cardinal. I don't know if that's a canary or a finch, probably a finch. Something else, but they were all different. So I liked that. Oh, there's a true cardinal for my cardinal journal. Anyway, so I liked that we had that. I'm gonna put the blank ones at the back. And then this one, not really my cup of tea, but there it was. So, not sure what I'm going to do with that, but anyhow, Heavenly Dream. If anybody wants this, it's yours. Speak up. Put it in the comments, and then we'll coordinate how to get it to you. Okay, also, as we were wandering through, somebody had given up their old stack of little golden books, and I'm not buying as many now because I have plenty, but I did thumb through and I found some I didn't have. They are $2.99, which I thought was kind of high, but these are older. They're pre-1982 because there's no barcode. Machines, which is one that I don't have. There were some that I had and have gotten rid of, so I didn't rebuy them. Anyway, this one's a cool one. Numbers. I've actually been looking for this one. I've seen other people use it, and I really think it's cute. See? These little happy people. Isn't that the cutest? And a train. I may have had this at one point, and it was all beat up because I recognize this image here. I thought that was from a Dick and Jane book. Okay. And then this one I've also been wanting to find. I didn't realize it's a Disney one though. I tend to stay away from Disney just because they can be so mean to you if you mention their name when you're listing your products. So, but if I just say Christmas Journal, we're fine. But I have seen other people use this one, and I know it has really cute images, so I have been looking for that one. Found some doilies. These were square. I offered Camille to take them home, and she said no. I was like, okay, it's your loss because they're square, and the square ones fold nicely into your journals. And then I also found gold, and I have some smaller gold ones, but it has the bigger sizes too, so that was cool. And then the last thing, I may have overcommitted myself, but this is a cross stitch kit. I used to do cross stitch ages ago, so she wants me to cross stitch this for her kitchen, but instead of framing it, we'll wrap it around the bar and hang it. So there's another project for someday, but I don't know, I've been kind of itching to get back into cross stitch for a while, and so who knows, we might get this done sooner rather than later. Finished size is 14 by 16. It's a pretty good size. But the cool thing is you know, once you have the pattern, you always have the pattern, so you can just pick your colors. You can tell it's older. It doesn't say what year, but yeah, so that was my very fun day out after months of going dry from thrifting. Oh gosh, anyway, I was glad that we went, and there are a few places that I'd like to go check out, you know, that I didn't have time to get to the other day, but we'll see if we get there or not. But in the meantime, I've got plenty to make me happy and to keep me busy. So guys, I hope you guys are working on something fun, and tell me if you have any thrifting treasures that you found, because it's just always so fun to find that thing. Like I would say besides finding these Stampin' Up! Whale tail punches, this is probably the one that was my most exciting find of the day, because I had just said if I ever see this, I will buy it, and then the price was amazing. So I would say that's my favorite. All right, guys, that's a wrap for this week's video. Until next week, be inspired and do something creative today, and I'll talk to you in the next video. Bye-bye now.